Hello, most definitely welcome to Counter Diary. Counter Diary, we are telling the untold stories of Liberia. My name is Emmanuel Kotu, and of course, today's edition, we are in Mankibi County, and to be precise, we are at the Clar Hope Foundation here in the Hope City in Mankibi County. And this place was actually built to help the less fortunate people, the orphans, talking about the elderly women, and those we consider to be, the disadvantaged youth. They're going to be rehabilitated. But you know what? I want to take you through this particular area so that you get a clear idea as to exactly what this place is made of. This is Counter Diary. We are telling the untold story of Liberia. Keep following. Let's go. Clar Hope Foundation is a non-governmental organization established by Ambassador Clark Mary Duncan WEAH, wife of Liberia's 24th president, Dr. George Mane WEAH. Prior to becoming the First Lady of the Republic of Liberia, Madam Clark worked as customer representative at the Citibank and Chase Manhattan Bank in New York. She established and successfully managed several businesses, including 2 restaurants in New York.
Worked at Jamaica Hospital for 6-7 years. Then I moved on. I said, you know what? I want to open my own business. Up to date, before I became First Lady, I have 2 restaurants and I have a warehouse that sells restaurant supplies.
As a professional nurse, Madam Clark WEAH worked at Jamaica Hospital. She led a humanitarian mission to cater for hundreds of disadvantaged children in Jamaica.
Before I went to Europe, I was in college. And when I went to Europe, it got delayed for a while. So when I went back to New York, what I did, I registered in university because I felt it was important to have my degree. And let me tell you why I felt it was important. I was in Europe for so many years, living a fairly decent life with George WEAH. But then I said to myself, I want to be my own woman. I want to have my own money. So what I did, I went to a nursing school, at LPN school for 1 year. I did it in 1 year. I started working as a nurse in a hospital. And I did that for 6-7 years, working in Jamaica Hospital. And I said, you know what? I don't want to depend on George WEAH for everything. So where I'm going back, I'm just showing you, as women, we don't always want to depend on our husbands because they work hard to support us. So we want to show them as well that we can do things for ourselves.
Clark also spent time helping as a youth soccer coach with the main purpose of keeping the children off the streets. As a mother, she has always been involved in helping children and the less fortunate in the Liberian society. Following the election of her husband as president of Liberia in 2017, Madam Clark WEAH embarked on a new role as the First Lady of the Republic of Liberia. As the First Lady, She has become the face of hope for the women and children of Liberia. In performing this role, she has devoted her services to programs and social projects aimed at improving the lives of the disadvantaged people of Liberia, including orphans, street children, the elderly, women and girls, and the at-risk youth. In an effort to raise funds to support her work in making greater impact in the Liberian society and to make her vision a reality, Madam WEAH in February 2018 established the Clar Hope Foundation. The goal of the foundation is to create an equitable society in Liberia where women and children are educated, healthy, and empowered to have prosperous life. During the launch of the Clar Hope Foundation, Madam WEAH announced the vision to construct a city of hope that will be a home to over 200 at-risk youth and less fortunate children in the Liberian society. To make this vision a reality, on June 18, 2019, the construction of the multipurpose City of Hope complex commenced in Marshall, Margibi County. The City of Hope Multipurpose Complex has 16 modern buildings, including administrative building with offices for the administrators of the institution, 2 academic schools with libraries, computer labs, and laboratory which will provide quality education for the beneficiaries.
I want to take in 200 children between the ages of 5 and 6. Why? Because I want to start from the grassroots. I want to be able to educate them and give them something else that they're not accustomed to. Now, how am I going to get these students? My assessment and try to scout out these children within the community where I can take to the facility. Their families can visit them. They can go home on weekends or holidays.
The City of Hope also has a vocational training center to develop professional skills in the area of trade for the street girls that will benefit from the projects. Also, the complex has 6 bungalows for guests, a sport complex, a theater, a gymnasium with an indoor pool, staff quarters, a rehabilitation center for girls, and 11 palawa huts that will be used for recreational purposes and for visitors. The Clar Hope Foundation City of Hope Multipurpose Project, according to Madam WEAH, is funded by donations from philanthropists and business people.
Where exactly are you taking this money from?
Oh
Who's funding the
gosh.
project?
It even hurts me when you say that because I know they don't know who I am. They just probably see me as George Weah's wife, somebody who's trying to exploit the system. But quite honestly, I have to thank the Liberian society, the Liberian business who have donated me. And these people know for themselves that they've been supporting the Clar Hope Foundation and they can see the fruit of where the fruit of their money is going. I go out and I try to, the government is very good, let me say, in trying to give us funds for the First Lady's office. But in trying to build this dream of mine, what I'm allotted to the First Lady's office cannot do this. It cannot do this. So I just want the people who are criticizing, I won't let that stop me though. The people who are criticizing to understand that these are money that I go out and I ask for help. These are money that are being given to me by the Liberian people to help in their community. These are money that are being given by the businesses within our community. We have had functions, we've had galas in terms of raising funds. I think the society knows that, so it hurts me sometimes that I have to justify this and it makes me feel sad. But it's disheartening, that people would actually feel that I would take whatever the government gives me for the First Lady's office, because there's so many things we're doing for the First Lady's office. There's so many things we're doing. We're feeding the elderly, we're taking care of the orphanages, we're taking care of schools, we're giving scholarships from the First Lady's office. That's where the money's going to. My foundation, it's just, this is for the Liberian people, it's not for me. School will be free for our children. There's no cost linked to the 200 plus children that we're hoping to take in once the doors are open. There's no cost. So this is not benefiting me in anyhow. I just want you to know that. I'm happy to do it, and I won't let the criticism of people stop me from doing what I want to do. Some people say, why am I being a humanitarian now? Why didn't I do that before? I'm doing something that most first ladies of any nation want to do to improve the lives of the people in the community that they represent.
The project, when completed, will serve as a home to over 300 less fortunate in the Liberian society. The Clar Hope Foundation, since its establishment, has supported hundreds of children, girls, women, and the elderly within the Liberian society. Okay, folks, thank you so much for watching this edition of the program, The Counter Diary. We have been able to tell you exactly what the Clar Hope Foundation is doing in Liberia for the Liberians, young, old, and of course, the less privileged in our society. My name is Emmanuel Kotti. If you enjoy watching this video, please make sure you hit the subscription button on YouTube. And of course, I want to say a big shout out to my manager and producer, Mr. Melvin Modem, for making this edition a success. Keep watching for more videos on Liberia.